morning, sunshine.
What's so good about it?
Today is National Fudge Day.
Fresh fudge.
Fudge?
What fudge?
Fudge Day today.
Fudge.
Fudge? I love your fudge.
Only I didn't say fudge.
Yeah, Temper Fudge.
Yes.
Fudge. Fudge.
In honor of National Fudge Day,
Fudge makers.
Fudge it up.
Right now.
It's showtime.
All right.
Yes, it is showtime. Welcome here on a Monday morning. Apparently National Fudge Day. For those who enjoy fudge, I don't. I'm not a fudge lover, honestly. But nonetheless, welcome. It is 6:10 here already, and we're starting out at 63 degrees, headed to the upper 70s today. After all in all, not too bad of a weekend weather-wise. The text line here is 605-8874, and then of course you can join us in the stream chat here of QSportsTalk.com. It is the show within the show as we get started on yet another very busy morning radio program in a very busy week. Live from the world headquarters here in Armory Square downtown, and then live from the loft at the home office. How are things in the greater Baldwinsville area this morning?
Oh, it's a lovely morning, beautiful sunrise here in Baldwinsville, and all is well. Big Father's Day cookouts everywhere. You could smell the grills,
Yes.
cooking and all the things. So it was good. I hear, kids are splashing in the pool and doing all the summer things. So even though it's still spring, technically, guys.
Still Friday.
Yep.
But so would you consider the highlight of the weekend for you? Because I know you had a lot of things going on.
Let's see. Comedy night was very funny, packed house, and the comics were one was really dark and very, very funny, and local Dan of Frigolette was there, and he was great and fun and a lot of energy. And then they took off to their next gig, so that was good. And then yesterday was Father's Day cookouts.
Nice.
Yeah,
I went to the Marcellus Airport. They have an annual Father's Day pancake breakfast with the family, brothers, sister, nieces, nephews. Good times yesterday. So that was pretty cool. And, they have like a raffle drawing, and they have, I think it was like a radio controlled helicopter or something like that. And my,
cool.
I guess not nephew, my great nephew, age 4 or 5, won it.
Aww, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
His dad is psyched.
Yeah, man. All right.
He's gonna have to put that together.
Yeah, good stuff there.
Cool. Very nice.
Then, it was yesterday, and then a big hi to our friends at the Z-Bart on Hiawatha Boulevard, and thanks to the folks who popped in to say hi on Saturday afternoon. So that was all good. And then that's pretty much it as we head into the final week of spring. As mentioned, summer officially here on Friday, but still a few days to hopefully enjoy. It has not been the best weather, obviously, during the spring months. But there's a chance it turns around.
Eventually.
It does get much warmer middle of the week, which is cool because on Thursday night, it's another bike night at the Sharkies in Liverpool. This week, let me see here. It's off the record. Again, the area's finest, most fun, best local bands, all on the Thursday night lineups at Sharkies. We started early May. We go through late September. You think of and mention any local band of note, I guarantee they're on the agenda and on the list here at the Sharkies. Again, this week, this Thursday night, Off the Record will be at Sharkies on their main stage for Bike Night. Coming out and get your weekend off to an early start. Aside from that here, just glancing around real quick to make sure there's no extra little memos or notes. I think we are all good to go here today. So we will obviously do some celebrating here with 7 o'clock shots and shout-outs. There's always reason to celebrate. And then also we will find Central New York's smartest person alive with Question Impossible. Got some couple of weekend stories breaking the internet that we will get to. A little bit of science. I know Joe Stanley's doing here after 8:30. If you have any legal issues, maybe you had something happen at a Father's Day picnic over the weekend. That might require the advice of an attorney.
Well, grills and
alcohol,
alcohol and cornhole sometimes can all go terribly wrong.
Can go sideways.
Yes.
So if you have anything along those lines that you'd like Joe to know about, text it in here to 605-8874, and then I'll make sure that Joe sees your legal question, and he'll get to that, again, probably about 8:40 or so here this morning. Aside from that, up and around and ready to go here. Again, it is 63 degrees downtown at 6:16. Straight ahead, Lisa will have some of the local headlines making the news, including what now?
A house fire in Cicero yesterday could be seen for miles. Details on that coming up in your local news headlines.
An exciting weekend in sports, in golf, and then also baseball. And we'll get to some of those highlights, including a massive trade in Major League Baseball. We'll do that next. All righty. Good morning, everybody.
Oh, phew. Mm-hmm.
But 2 minutes here.
Okay.
Here we go. Classic Rock, TK99 and TK105, The Clash there. Gomez and company here coming up on 6:30 here. Welcome to the Monday morning get-together. 63 degrees, upper 70s for a high today. All in all, not too bad. And then warmer and more humid midweek. And with that, obviously, comes chances of showers and thunderstorms, but we'll worry about that when we get there. Text line here to join us is 605-8874. Of course, the stream chat here of QSportsTalk.com. The place to be if you'd like to enjoy the show within the show. Coming up now, see here, it's June 16th, so July 18th, just a little over a month away for the Napa Auto Parts Syracuse Nationals, July 18th, 19th, and 20th at the New York State Fairgrounds, presented by McGuire Family Dealerships and Sweetgrass, the largest car show in the Northeast. I know this past weekend, Rick DiUlio was out and about at one of the local car shows. Maybe, I don't know if it was a Father's Day car get-together, but it's on video, and you can see that on the Syracuse Nationals YouTube channel, and I'm sure on Rick and the TK99, TK105 social media pages as well. That's part of the fun of the event is the build-up to it. You start to see the cars when they arrive into town, and then now that it finally stopped raining, guys who maybe had their classic cars in a garage waiting for some better weather are now out and about. So it's fun seeing those. And then the weekend car shows and coffee and cars and get-togethers like that happen on a weekly basis. This year, over 7,000 vehicles and 250 vendors on hand. Go to SyracuseNationals.com. You can get your tickets there, but then also register your car if you want to bring yours along and get a spot. It really is a fun event if you've never been and maybe you have a classic car, but you've just kind of had it in the garage. Get it out there. Let's see it. Go to SyracuseNationals.com. You can get that car registered, and we will see you in July at the New York State Fairgrounds. Lisa, how about some of the local headlines making the news here?
Well, let's start with the big fire in Cicero. 14 agencies responded to that house fire. 2 people lost their lives. The Cicero Fire Department was called to Crockett Drive to find heavy smoke coming from the home. When crews arrived on the scene, 2 people were inside. A 24-year-old man who was in the home, who happens to be blind, was able to get out safely. Investigators are still working to determine the cause of that fire. A man is recovering in the hospital after a 2-vehicle crash on Sunday. Syracuse police were called to the intersection of Midland and West Borden Avenue for a report of a vehicle collision involving a motorcycle and a dirt bike. A man in his 50s sustained serious injury as a result of the crash. He was transported to Upstate University Hospital, where he's expected to survive. Police are investigating. They found the driver of the dirt bike hit the motorcycle while traveling south. The dirt bike driver fled the scene. And on July 4th, a few weeks away, tickets will go on sale for the Syracuse Orchestra's Star Wars Night. It's Star Wars A New Hope, which is the first Star Wars movie, the original. And they're going to do a concert, and they're going to play alongside a screening of the movie. So they'll play John Williams' iconic Oscar-winning performance live to the film. But like I said, tickets go on sale July 4th, and the concert will be April 25th of 2026. And they're going to do 2 shows, a matinee at 1:30 and then a primetime performance at 7:30. You go to syracuseorchestra.org for those tickets. And that's a look at your local news headlines.
Busy weekend overall in sports locally as people get ready for SU football. And I know Coach Fran Brown picking up a linebacker commitment over the weekend as he continues to put that team together. SU basketball, and again, as we all the time, talk about all the time, it's always recruiting season, 24/7, no downtime, and obviously a lot of people paying closer attention. I know last week there was that great NIL golf tournament at Bellevue that raised a lot of money, and that's what it's all about. And Coach Fran at one point said the best recruiter in college sports is a guy by the name of Benjamin Franklin. And it's the truth. This past Friday, Coach Red Autry from the basketball team joined the guys on Orange Nation, and he had a message to the fans from this offseason as the team gets ready to play this coming season.
But I'm really excited about this group. I think, after going through last year and experiencing some things, I just think we're in a better place. I know we will, the results will be better this year. I'm better, as a coach. This program is in a better place. I think we addressed the things that we needed to address. So I'm just excited. The fans should be excited. We got a super talented group. I think the group that we have, they all have a chip. They all have a story. We all have a chip. We all have a story. We all want to, get this thing going to where we needed to get to. And again, I'm better. Our coaching staff is better. So I'm excited about getting these guys on campus and moving forward. And I hope our fans are excited. The one thing I'll say is last year's the past is the past. Let's move forward. And the good thing about it is that, our fans are passionate. I understand it. And that's what makes this place special.
There you go, Coach Red Autry, and working 24/7 like every other college coach, getting ready for the upcoming seasons, football and basketball in this case. Aside from that, Major League Baseball, Yankees not really a great showing in Boston over the weekend, getting swept by the Red Sox, 2-0 the final score yesterday. Aaron Judge going 1 for 12, striking out 3 times just yesterday. That does not happen often for him. But nonetheless, the Red Sox sweep the Yankees, but the big story out of the weekend from Boston was they traded their $313 million All-Star Rafael Devers to the San Francisco Giants. It took a lot of people by surprise. Here's ESPN's Jeff Passan on that trade.
There are not many players who right now, like big names, who are expected to be dealt before the July 31st trade deadline. And especially, that's why the timing of this Devers deal was weird. This is normally the sort of thing where you see a guy get shopped around, you get a market going, and you try and build up. And it suggests to me that the Red Sox were so enthused to get out from under that contract, that perhaps we're going to see more of that coming, or do they do something with Trevor Story? Does Masataka Yoshida wind up going somewhere? The Boston Red Sox, the 2025 Boston Red Sox, got worse today. And the San Francisco Giants, in the meantime, the team that's fighting not just for a playoff spot, but to dethrone the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League West, got a whole lot better today, because this is a lineup that was in the middle of the league in terms of runs scored, and they've just added one of the best run producers in baseball.
There you go. Just the start of what will probably shape up to be a busy season here between now and the 31st of July for trades, but big trade in baseball that kind of took a lot of people by surprise.
As Jeff Passan put it, surprising. It reminds me of Luka, where they
like out of the blue.
They kind of were just like, all right, well, I don't know if that was the first offer they got, but they got the 6th best prospect who's in high A+ from the Giants. They got the 30th best prospect in the Giants organization, a former top prospect, Kyle Harrison, who's only 24, who they immediately optioned to Worcester, and then Jordan Hicks, who has a 6 ERA on the year. It makes no sense that that's all they got back for Devers.
Yeah, I don't know what's maybe he was not good in the locker room. Maybe there's something else to the story we don't know about. But nonetheless, that was the big trade from the weekend. Elsewhere, Tampa Bay shutting out the New York Mets 9-0. Other games of note, Seattle, the Mariners beating the Cleveland Guardians. Much of it on J.P. Crawford's grand slam home run. This from the home radio station of the Seattle Mariners.
Here's the set by Ortiz and the 1-2 to JP, swinging a drive deep to right field, going and grandma, get out the right bread and mustard. It is grand salami time. J.P. Crawford with a grand slam, and the Mariners now lead the Guardians by a score of 5-0.
Ends up being 6-0 for the Seattle Mariners. In that win, other games of note, the Texas beat the Chicago White Sox 2-0. Of note in that game, pitcher Kumar Rocker cramping up at one point on the mound, sending a teammate to the dugout to get some kind of relief.
Well, now Jake Berger's running off to get something. Some gum? Does he need some now? Maybe a hydration pack?
Oh, he's cramping? Is that what it is? That's like that pickle juice stuff, right?
Wait.
That's what it is.
Yeah, no, pickles are the worst. Oh, I can't look. I don't like pickles at all, man. I'm sorry. Tell me when it's done.
Okay, he's draining another one, Jared.
Okay, I can't.
Now, how quick does this? Obviously, the salt part of it's the big part of it with but I've always thought it was interesting. Like, how quick does this really work?
There you go.
Yeah.
Down 3 little bottles of pickle juice and then back to work.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was from that game. And Texas ends up winning that game again. The final score was 2-1. Elsewhere tonight, the L.A. Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani on the mound tonight, expected to pitch for the L.A. Dodgers. So I'm sure that'll be a much talked about highlight for tomorrow. Aside from that, golf, we go to the U.S. Open at Oakmont. Rain delays, names maybe you're not that familiar with, near or atop the leaderboard. Here's how it ended for J.J. Spahn on the 18th at Oakmont.
Don't need to make it. 2 putts.
How about one? In one of the most unlikely final round Sundays in U.S. Open history, J.J. Spahn closes the deal with a birdie at the last.
Yeah, 64-foot putt to seal the deal. As you heard at the beginning, could have missed that one and still won by making the other putt, but didn't need it. But first major for J.J. Spahn, the only golfer under par at the end of the tournament. Here's J.J. talking about that win afterwards.
It's definitely like a storybook fairy tale ending, kind of the underdog, fighting back, not giving up, never quitting. Yeah, with the rain and everything, and then the putt. I mean, it's just, you couldn't write a better story. And I'm just so fortunate to be on the receiving end of that.
Congratulations to J.J. Spahn. And as advertised, a tough, challenging course there at Oakmont. The only player under par to win. And congrats, his first major. That is a quick check of what's happening here at sports. It's already 6:41. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back.
So if you bet JJ Spawn, he was at plus 12,000.
All right.
You put 100, you would have won $12,000.
Yes.
Whoa.
Nice.
On JJ Spawn winning the U.S. Open. The favorite was Scotty Scheffler.
He made a run.
He did.
He started like 8 back and ended up 3 back or something. But he...
It was weird. Sunday, Rahm was 3 under. Rory was 3 under for the day. And yeah, Scotty was, 5 under, 4, something like that.
Yeah. I think he started the day like 8 behind.
Typical Scotty.
And he was, even toward to like the 16th and 17th, he still had a chance to get in the mix here. But
my favorite thing is Rory becoming the greatest of all time at club throwing.
Yeah.
Catching his own.
A lot of club throwing.
A lot of club throwing this weekend. Scotty was losing his mind on the range. He was screaming at 2 people on the range, and they were just kind of standing there, just taking it. Good old Oakmont. All right, Lisa. 10 o'clock tonight. You tuning in?
Or
Shohei Ohtani's return to the mound?
Yeah, I know. I've heard about it. No.
10-10 tonight.
Hasn't pitched in 2 years?
2023, September. That's when
He's going to break something.
Well, that's when he got his second Tommy John surgery. So this is him returning from his second Tommy John surgery.
They might have to figure something out.
Oh, I will be very tired tomorrow morning.
He's going to break his own arms off. He throws so hard he's going to break off his own arm. But he's a bajillionaire, so it's okay.
I'm waiting for when they make him a closer. Hey, Shohei, go in there, throw 1,000,000 miles an hour. You only got to get 3 outs. All right.
I mean, he's such an incredible batter.
Yeah, but...
Right?
He's 38-19 career with, I think, a 3-some ERA. He has an 11 K per 9, which is just a joke. He's such a good pitcher, too. Like, that's the thing. If he focused all his time on pitching like he did with hitting last year, he'd win the Cy Young in the same way he went 50-50. That's how good he is.
Double Tommy John surgery, though?
Well, Walker Buehler had his 3rd last year. I mean, he's been pitching for the Red Sox this year. Hasn't been exactly great, but...
So, the Tommy John surgery, don't they, tighten the tendon or something? Isn't that the whole deal with that?
Sure. It's something along
They tighten the tendon, right?
I think so. The ulnar collateral ligament, whatever it's called.
Yes. I mean, how much of that is there? You know what I mean? It's...
It involves replacing the damaged ligament with a tendon graft, often taken from the patient's own forearm or leg.
Yeah. I mean, how many times can they do that? I guess indefinitely, but...
John Smoltz, I still think, is the only Hall of Famer who has had Tommy John. That'll, of course, change as everybody gets it now, but...
Yeah.
Still think John Smoltz. It's if it's not him, it's a very exclusive group. I know that. But when Smoltz got it, he became the best closer in baseball for a couple of years, and then they brought him back to starting pitching. So,
well, we shall see. I'm sure it'll be great highlights.
Oh, I can't wait. He's probably only going to go 2 or 3 innings, or however many until he hits 50, 55 pitches.
Well, I mean, it's it's his first time out. He should probably take it easy.
Well, it's against I think it's against the Padres too, and that's the best rivalry in baseball right now. And then ticket prices skyrocketed to minimum $150 per seat at one point last night. So,
yeah.
Something tells me they had to not rush him back, but he's pitching earlier than they wanted because of all the injuries. I mean, Sasaki's pretty much done for the year. Snell's done till September. Glasnow's injured every 5 minutes. Tony Gonsolin's injured every 5 minutes.
Yeah. Let's see. They still have 4.5 months of baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long.
Yeah, it's a long season with injuries like that, you know?
Well, they have over $100 million just in pitching, not starting pitching, pitching on the injured list. That's, I think, more than 8 teams' complete payroll.
Wow.
And that doesn't include Ohtani.
That's a good question, Larry. If it's performance enhancing, should it be banned like drugs? Have yourself surgically altered to perform better, like Oscar Pistorius and the Blade Runner.
The Blade Runner, yeah.
89 and TK 105, Syracuse's classic rock.
It is 6:47. Weather-wise here to start out, not too bad. We are at 63 degrees, headed to the upper 70s today, and mostly cloudy. Imagine that. Ha, 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 ha. But overall, it wasn't too bad over the weekend. Midweek, it'll warm up a little more summer-like as we head towards summer, which is, I think, on Friday officially, and it will be in the mid-80s at midweek. But for the most part, not too bad. 605-8874, the text line here, and, of course, the stream chat of QSportsTalk.com, the place to be for the show within the show. One question here, and it was on stream chat from last week as well, but regarding any resolution to the poster gate, with my picture that had been used on a fundraising poster.
Yes.
Yes. It is being reissued with proper photo credits.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Very good.
Yes. In fact,
Very good.
We'll get a couple that we can actually use to give away on the radio.
I see.
But
now, did somebody call you?
I've been in contact. Yes, with the concerns, and it was rectified quickly. So
excellent.
All good. So that beautiful poster, they hadn't been sent out yet. Put it that way. So it was not as big a deal to correct it. Just a mistake,
good.
But there you go.
Got it
all
early.
Good to go. So thank you for that question. And when they come in, I'll be happy to bring one in and show you on the camera here. Frame it up. Put one here in the studio. Sign it. I'll have poster signings.
Very good. You should.
Cool. So thank you for the and I know it came up once or twice in the stream chat last week, but I hadn't heard back officially anything yet, so I didn't want to say anything. So, but all good to go. So thank you for your interest there. Let me see here. Coming up, programming notes for the week. There are at least one celebrity on the celebrity hotline to tell you about a little bit later on in the week that we'll get to. And then tomorrow, of course, it's a Tuesday, and that means a visit with Ralph Rotella, the shoe repairman, for his weekly visit tomorrow, which we always look forward to. But coming up later on this morning here, we do have some Monday morning science. But straight ahead, there is always reason to celebrate, which we will do with 7 o'clock shots and shout-outs, and we will do that next.
Gomez and
on TK 99 and TK 105, Syracuse's classic rock.
So does this mean you are officially a professional photographer?
I believe so. I will say
is that what this means?
Professional photographer.
Yeah.
I think that's what it means. I'm going to go with it.
Yeah. Isn't that all that matters, what you think? Who cares?
Yeah, that's it. Makes me a professional photographer. No, Todd, I think it's going to be Glenn Gomez Adams, photo credit.
Is that what they're going to make it?
Yep.
You're not going to come up with a separate name for it?
No.
Yeah.
Glenn Ansel Adams.
Okay. So they called you up and they said, we're going to give you proper credit. You proved it. You sent them your pic. You said, look, this is the original.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even send it. I just kind of put it up like on Facebook that day.
Yeah, I know.
So I didn't really, they contacted me. It's like, we don't know how that happened, but we're going to, let's.
Very good.
Yeah, it was no nefarious whatever. It was.
Yeah.
But it got fixed.
Yeah.
All good.
Good job, School of Business at Syracuse.
That's right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They no longer support.
I just wonder how that went on their end.
Oh, crap.
Somebody in the office is friends with Gomez and went,
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
All right, let's go right to the top of the hour. And then I'm going to grab a couple of quick clips.
Okay.
Was it a weekend of flowers for you, Lisa?
No.
'Cause you are amongst many.
Yes. Oh, the flowers in my my flowers are
You're amongst many flowers back there.
Always flowers. There's flowers everywhere. Flowers everywhere around here. There were a lot of flowers. Picked a lot of flowers, clipped a lot of flowers, all the flower stuff. Got chased by bees. All the things.
I'm Tom Anelli. I'm New York's DWI lawyer, and I'm here when you need me, 24/7. So, if you've been charged with DWI, call me, Tom Anelli. You'll find me at DWITom.com. Gomez and Company, brought to you by Manning and Company, MedicaidLaw.net. You need a roof that will stand up to our severe New York weather. Heavy rain, strong winds, snow and ice. Our Comfort Roofing system will. We understand how a roofing system works and give you peace of mind that will protect your home through every season. Hi, Rich Cicilli here. Our Comfort Roofing system uses top-quality components from underlayment to shingles backed by a 50-year warranty. Save 50% off installation with 0% financing available. Visit comfortwindows.com today. Live and local. Syracuse's classic rock. TK99 and TK105.
Okay, hold on a second.
One minute.
Gotcha.
Here we go.
Oswego.
All systems go.
This is Syracuse's Classic Rock. TK 99 and TK 105. You're hanging with Gomez and Company.
Look at that. Even on a Monday, it is 7 o'clock right on the stinking button. Do not try that at home. Welcome, maybe to the fine, fun-filled Father's Day weekend. Back at it for another busy morning and a very busy week. Text line here is 605-8874. The stream chat of QSportsTalk.com is the place to be if you'd like to join us on in the show, within the show, in the stream chat, which is always fun. On the Syracuse Nationals YouTube channel right now is our latest garage tour stop. That beautiful blue McLaren car that will be on hand at the Nationals next month. And we've got another garage tour stop already on the calendar. We'll be swinging by, I think, early, maybe next week, right around there, or the week after. But sometime in the next week or two, another garage tour stop. We want to see not only the car or the truck that you're working on, but then also the area that you're doing the work in. The man cave, the barn, the garage, the Quonset hut. I don't know, wherever you have a spot to do your work. That's really what we're interested in seeing, and that's the star of the Garage Tour Stop videos. If you're working on a car, take a picture of the car in the area that you're doing the work in. Text it in here at 605-8874. We'll pick a spot, swing by, surprise you with a video that will show up on the Syracuse Nationals YouTube channel and then on our own social media pages. And you also will score some tickets to the Syracuse Nationals, which is very cool. All right, then what's happening there at the loft, at the home office at the moment, Lisa?
Let's see. Warm. It feels warm. It's rather warm here today.
Nice.
And nice, it's like cloudy, but, it is daylight. I mean, I can see the sun-ish, I think.
Which is, it's cool. And it's when it's sunny out, those few times when it has been that in the evening.
Yeah.
It's bright till like 9 o'clock at night.
Yes, it is. And that'll change. So enjoy these long nights. But can I start with a birthday close to home?
Sure, yeah.
in the building, from the building. It was Paulie's birthday this weekend.
All right.
So when you see him today, make sure you say hi and say happy birthday. Happy belated.
Happy belated, and make some rude comment about his lineage.
Because if you don't, he doesn't know that you love him. Yes. That's his love language.
Exactly.
Yeah. And your father or your mother, whatever. I hear that a lot.
Pretty much his whole vocabulary.
Like, what are they talking about? Nothing you don't want to know.
Yeah, well, happy belated to Paulie. Also, happy belated to Romy Caruso in Oswego,
Right.
one of the milestone ones. I'll leave it there.
All right. Very good.
Happy
Cheers.
birthday, Romy. We'll see you soon. Dinner up by the lake somewhere. Other birthday wishes here this morning. Let me see here. We'll start in. Let's see. Phil Mickelson's birthday on the heels of yesterday's exciting finish to the U.S. Open. But Phil Mickelson, old lefty, is having a birthday today. Also from music, Gino Vanelli is having a birthday today.
Oh, I love that guy.
Gino Vanelli. There you go. Would that be considered yacht rock?
Oh, yeah.
I would think so, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
he's the first song on the yacht rock playlist.
That's how you open the show.
Yeah.
Other birthday wishes here. Happy birthday to Roberto Duran, boxer Roberto Duran, famous obviously as a great boxer, but also probably most famous for the No Mas fight against Sugar Ray Leonard, where he just quit.
Duran has quit. Roberto Duran has quit. There can be no other explanation. Pandemonium in the ring, and Roberto Duran has quit. And out went another Leonard to punch at Duran.
That's it. Roberto Duran, the famous No Mas fight from many years ago. Other things of note, happy birthday to the Ford Motor Company on this day, 1903.
Yeah.
Also from music on this day, cheers and a tip of the hat to the first ever major rock festival. 1967 was the Monterey International Pop Festival. Happened on this day. You could have seen everybody from Jimi Hendrix to Janis Joplin to the Mamas and the Papas. All for it, and I'm sure people complained about the ticket price of $3.50. What? $3.50? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Is that before the 25-cent fee or after?
Can you imagine? $3 to get in the door.
To see that lineup right there.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't Santana there too? And it was
like it was the place to be.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, that happened on this day. Back in the day, aside from that, let me see here. Also from showbiz, I suppose, on this day, at the movies, Grease opened up. 78? Wow, that's coming up. Is that almost 50 years old?
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
47 years old.
Yeah. I know. That was a great movie. I mean,
yes, it was.
It was so fun. It was so fun.
Also, congratulations to some kids out in California.
Mm-hmm.
They broke a Guinness Book of World Record for the largest game of red light, green light. Here's the exciting moment when that happened.
We are going to attempt to break the world record of the largest green light, red light game. Students from many schools have been invited. We have families coming. We are expecting to see over 1,400 students today.
We just broke the record!
All right. Congratulations.
1,415 people.
How many did we do?
The achievement today, 1,423 people.
Yes.
Woo.
World record game of red light, green light, or green light, red light, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, congratulations to those kids there. Also, an emotional weekend over the weekend at Pete's Clam Bar, celebrating on Sunday. Yesterday was a National Lobster Day. They released 21-pound Lorenzo back into the wild.
Wow.
Back into the ocean.
All right. He's off limits.
Off limits. They saved. I remember the episode of Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy. They were going to, at the start of the show, they were going to cook a lobster live as a bit on Saturday Night Live, but then people freaked, so they named him, I think, Larry the Lobster, and then people could call and vote as to whether or not to cook Larry the Lobster as a bit on Saturday Night Live. I believe the vote ended up being no. I think mainly because once you give an animal a name, it becomes more of a pet than a delicious side dish.
You can't cook Larry the Lobster.
Larry the Lobster. But in this case, it was Lorenzo. Happy to be released back into the wild for some other lucky lobster fishermen to find him and cook him. But for right now, he's out in the wild.
Yeah. Go deep. Go deep, Lorenzo. Run.
Do what you got to do. It's also today, for those who enjoy homemade fudge, National Fudge Day.
Well, anything for a fellow Marine.
Yeah, Semper Fudge.
Did you just say Semper Fudge?
Yeah.
No, I said the right thing.
Also, belated happy Father's Day from yesterday. Hopefully everybody had a chance to get out. I know we enjoyed a nice pancake breakfast at the Marcellus International Airport yesterday, so it was very cool. But to those who had cookouts yesterday, pancake breakfasts, etc., I hope it all went well for everybody. And then aside from that, Velcro, who'd you like to throw in there for 7 o'clock shots and shout-outs?
I'm going to throw in just Boston Red Sox fans, because boy, do they need it.
They need some booze today.
Yeah, just take the day off, honestly.
Man. Should be a national holiday in Boston. But nonetheless, thanks to our friends here at Lipton, the hard iced tea, lemon-flavored beverage that we have been enjoying all spring and now into the summer season long. Salute, everybody, and down the hatch.
Cheers.
It is 7:09. What do you say? Let's go about the business here, finding Central New York's smartest person alive.
Pop quiz, hot shot. It's time to play Question Impossible to find the smartest person alive.
You can get this right here. You can brag about it all stinking day long. Here you go. What is today's question?
All right. According to recent statistics, Americans spend $2 billion on this every year, and it's not good for you. $2 billion on this.
$2 billion. Well, I'd say something like soda, but soda's probably $200 billion.
Yeah.
$2 billion. Yeah. I guess it's just some kind of some soda.
So you get some soda.
I'm gonna go with soda, I guess.
All right, Velcro.
I'll go with chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake, yes.
It's not chocolate cake. I don't believe it. $2 billion on. I wonder what they spend on chocolate cake. No, it is neither of those. According to recent statistics, Americans spend $2 billion every year on this.
424-8599 to give it a shot on the phone or text the guest in at 605-8874. Guest is after Aerosmith on the Classic Rock Station. Alrighty, we'll get some on the phone here. Hi there, TK. What do you think it is? Hang on a second. Hi there, TK. What do you think it is?
Could it be French fries?
Hang on a second. Hi there, TK. What's your guess?
What about the walk tanning bed?
Hang on a second. Hi, TK. What do you think it is? Tanning. Solid guess. It's not the right answer, and that was the first incorrect guess from text as well. But not tanning. But thanks for the call. So long for now. Hi there, TK. And what do you think it is?
What about those tanning beds?
Wow, popular guest here this morning. Not the right answer. I've never done. Have you ever been in a tanning bed?
Yep.
You really? Wait.
Yep, long time ago, but I gave that up.
Did you go a lot, or you just kind of went once because it was like a gift?
I went a lot.
Did you really?
Yeah.
But not anymore.
No, not anymore.
Not the right guess, but thanks for calling the story there.
All right, thanks, man.
So long for now. TK, what's your guess?
Coleman, it's got to be tobacco products.
You'd think, right? It is not the tobacco products, and my guess would be I bet it's a lot more than $2 billion. But not the right answer. But thank you. Bye. Yep, had to cut him off there. Walk this way. Hi, TK. What's your guess?
French fries.
Oh man, a good old French fry. I love a good French fry. I know they're not good for me, but I like them. But not the right guess. But thank you for the call.
Thank you. Good day to you.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.
$30 seconds here.
Hokey dokey.
Classic Rock, TK99 and TK105 coming up on the 7:15 on the stinking button. And Lisa, we are still looking for the correct guess this morning here in Question Impossible. Again, the actual question is what now?
According to recent statistics, Americans spend $2 billion on this each year. What is it?
And then what was kind of the clue a little bit that you put in as part of the question?
It's not good for you.
424-8599 if you want to guess on the phone. Hi, TK. What do you think it is?
Tanning.
Tanning. Solid guess. It's not the right answer, and that was the first incorrect guess from text as well. But not tanning. But thanks for the call.
So long for now.
So long for now. Hi there, TK. And what do you think it is?
What about those tanning beds?
Wow, popular guess here this morning. Not the right answer. I've never done. Have you ever been in a tanning bed?
Yep.
You really? Wait.
Yep, long time ago, but I gave that up. So
did you go a lot, or you just kind of went once because it was like a
no,
gift?
I went a lot. I went a lot.
Did you really?
Yeah.
But not anymore.
So, no, not anymore.
Not the right guess, but thanks for the call in the story there.
All right, thanks, man.
So long for now. TK, what's your guess?
Coleman, it's got to be tobacco products.
You'd think, right? It is not the tobacco products, and my guess would be I bet it's a lot more than $2 billion. But not the right answer. But thank you. Bye. Nope. Sorry there. So long for now. Hi, TK. What's your guess?
French fries.
Oh, man. A good old French fry. I love a good French fry. I know they're not good for me, but I like them. But not the right guess, but thank you for the call.
Thank you. Good day to you.
You too. Thanks. Lisa, how about some of the incorrect guesses from the stream chat of QSportsTalk.com?
Well, let's see. Vegetable oil, ice cream, cookies, steak, onion rings, meth. Yeah, does count in the not good for you.
That's right.
Takis. Those, I think it's a snack. Takis. I think it's like a
Takis.
Yep. Yeah.
And what's the chemical makeup of a Taki?
I
don't know. Good.
They're hot.
They're hot. Yeah, it's
like a jalapeno or a ghost pepper thing.
It's like hot fries.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's right. They're hot fries. Yeah,
French fries just amped up. Love it.
No, they're like puffy, greasy, airy things. You know. Let's see: bacon, hot dogs, cheap reading glasses, ammo, edibles, Doritos, and side pieces. No, none of those are the right answer.
TK, what do you think it is?
Starbucks?
No, it's not.
No.
It's not coffee products or anything like that. Hi there,
No.
TK. What's your guess?
How about fast food restaurants like McDonald's and Burger King?
It is not fast food, but to think. How about a clue there?
No.
Because people are,
All right.
this. It is not a food item. It's nothing you eat.
No, it's nothing you eat. And I say it's not good for you because some people get very excited and become injured.
There you go.
From this thing that we spend, and it's more than $2 billion. I say $2 billion just for the sake of time. It's actually more than $2 billion. And and it's every year.
Hi there, TK. What's your guess?
I would say rent.
Rent.
Rent?
Oh, rent. Did you say rent?
Yes, I did.
Not rent. You know, I know rent. Remember that guy that ran for governor years ago? The rent is too damn high guy.
I do.
I did not disagree with him, but it's not the right answer though. But thank you for the guess. So long for now. TK, what's your guess?
Fireworks.
Fireworks. You think? Have you ever been injured doing fireworks?
Little burns here and there, but nothing significant.
Yeah, just the typical of every little kid. How old were you when you had an injury from a firework?
I was about 14.
Okay, good. I was hoping you didn't say 40. wait, what's your first name?
Greg.
Greg, guess what?
I am the smartest man alive!
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Greg. Yeah. And what's the stat there, Lisa?
Americans spend over $2 billion on fireworks every year, most of them for 4th of July coming up. And 66% of the injuries that come from fireworks purchased for 4th of July celebrations happen before the 4th of July and after the 4th of July. And nearly 10,000 people a year are injured by fireworks. And so, be careful. And there are a lot of hands, number one injury.
Sure.
But a lot of face, because people look at it and go, is it lit? And then point it at their face.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand.
Geez, I lit it. How come it's not going off? Let me look down the barrel.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission has a whole thing about fireworks safety injuries, blah, blah, blah. So, be careful out there. You're spending lots of dough on those things.
Start and end the 4th of July holiday with the same number of fingers that we started it with. That's the goal.
That's good. Yes, that's a good goal.
And Greg, congratulations. You're the smartest person alive.
Thank you.
You are welcome. You can brag about it all stinking day long. It's 7:20 here. We'll take a break. We will be right back.
TK99 and TK105. You're hanging with Gomez and Company.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I knew anybody that had any. I know guys that cut their toes off, mowing lawns and stuff.
Oh, yeah?
But
oh,
not
no, there was a kid in high
fireworks
school. No, during high school, in the other high school. So I went to the one high school, and there was kids went to the other high school. Did exactly that. Messing around with fireworks in his basement. He almost burned his parents' house down. Looked down the barrel. He lost an eye.
Oh.
The kid had a glass eye.
Well, shoot your eye out, kid.
And fireworks blew up in his face. He lost an eye. Poor kid.
I remember.
And we had
Jason
another
Pierre-Paul.
kid, one of my best little kid friends, Mark, lost his hand messing around with fireworks. Blew off his hand in 1980. He was 9.
Has he grown a new one since, or?
No, he had to wear one of those horrible plastic ones that looks like a mannequin. Poor kid. Yeah.
Like the kind that Chubb. What was the golfer from Happy Gilmore?
Yes.
What's his character there? Carl Weathers. Chubbs.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yes. Poor. I mean, I remember.
The fake hand in movies.
Oh my God! It was it was so big.
Chubbs Peterson.
Peterson.
Yeah, and it didn't do anything. It was just like a hand. It was like a mannequin hand, and he had that thing for.
Yeah, it was missing part of a finger.
Yeah. No, this kid lost all his fingers. So he has to put that thing on his
My mannequin hand would
No
be have,
hand.
like, the biggest fingers ever. It'd be like comical compared to my real size.
Oh yeah, and it was like this.
Yeah.
I think eventually he did, because I saw him again when we were adults, and he has a prosthetic that actually has motion. It's like has different things.
Isn't that bad guy from The Fugitive had a bad prosthetic
Yeah.
there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just remember Jason Pierre-Paul at the time for the New York Giants blew some fingers off.
Oh,
With
yes. We remember that. I remember those pictures.
Yep. Did not really affect his career at all. He was still just as good after, if we're being honest.
Did he lose fingers?
Yeah.
Didn't they had to sew it all back together? But didn't he lose like these two?
Yeah.
Isn't
I think he
He's
lost
like this now,
Yeah, I
right?
think he lost his two middle ones, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw those pictures. They were pretty brutal.
Then I'll never forget Italian soccer star Mario Balotelli, who is just an insane human being. When he was playing for Manchester City, I think he was arrested for it. I don't know if he was arrested, but he set off fireworks in his bathroom. Just because he could.
Silly. It's like about that. I just wanted to see what would happen.
Yeah. I always now tell my friends I'm just going to bring fireworks over, set them off, and then leave. That's what I always tell them.
Yeah.
Fireworks
Yeah,
are great.
I know. It's just I don't want to mess with them.
No,
I'm
I'll
like,
let
yeah,
someone else light them and all that.
Yes. Yeah. I love to go and see them. But I'll say this, I'll tell the Twitchers and I'll tell you, Paul. But Friday night, so there were it was Seneca River Days, and the fireworks go off at 9:30. And the comic knew it, and he didn't stop.
What?
He went to like 9:45. People were fucking pissed.
Yeah, they probably were.
They were like, dude, it's Seneca River Days. I know that we're at a comedy show and we shouldn't care, but everybody was like, oh, we'll be done and we'll go get to see the fireworks. Yeah. And he went, oh, people were pissed.
He knew what he was doing. Or she.
It's like, dude, it's like, dude, right? You, everybody's like, we're all standing there, like nobody wants to be rude, but yeah, you could see it.
Rude. He's being rude by holding you all. He should have just been rude.
Got it. One guy did get up and leave. He's like, why did that guy just get up? He stopped. He's like, hey, where'd that guy just go? They're like, the fireworks started. Yeah. And he's like, oh. And he just kept going. And everybody just stayed. It was like.
Was he funny?
Bro. He was okay.
Okay. So, no, not worth it. All right.
I don't know.
Funny, I maybe would have justified.
He is fine. I mean, it wasn't Eddie Murphy, right? I mean.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That is true.
I know, Poppy. Well, the guy did. He was like, I got fireworks to see, bro. I'm out.
I'm with the guy.
Yeah. Fireworks started. I gotta go. All right. I gotta stand up. Excuse me.
Gomez and Company in the morning on TK99 and TK105. Syracuse's classic rock.
matter, boy? Excuse me. About a minute and a half left here in the storm.
Okay.
Classic Rock, TK99 and TK105, the Rolling Stones there. It's Gomez and Company here. And again, 7:30 right on the stinking button. Do not try that at home. That is for trained professionals only. The Stones, by the way, it's on the weekend scrolling around the internet that they are working on a new album and a new tour. I guess at this point, why wouldn't you?
Mick won't quit. He has too much energy.
Just keep going.
Goodness sake.
I guess why would you quit, right? If you're the Rolling Stones, why would you stop?
Yeah. Yeah.
At this point, it might be the start of the end. Right? Just keep going.
Keep going.
Let me see here. It's 64 degrees, upper 70s for a high today, mid 70s tomorrow, and then midweek, mid 80s and more humid, and then a chance of some thunderstorms pretty much on and off throughout the week. We're just in that pattern here for the summer. Coming up on Thursday night, looks to be a real good night here for bike night. And in this case, another great band, another great local band, Off the Record, on the main stage this Thursday at Sharky's at Bike Night. If you haven't had a chance to head out yet, what are you waiting for? It's a great way to break up the week and get an early start to the weekend. And we're doing it every Thursday night at Sharky's all summer long. We started early May. We go through late September. I mean, by the time the last show is in September, I mean, the SU football will have had like 3 or 4 games in. I mean, that's how the schedule is lining up. So plenty of opportunities to get out. But start this week. Get your weekend off to a great early start. Thursday night, bike night at the Sharky's. What is happening live from the loft at the home office there?
Not too much. Just getting ready for, excuse me, I had to open the window, because when you're at the tippy top of your house, it can get very warm. And getting ready for some science. Got some great science lined up for you. And watched, for some reason, the kids are now obsessed with King Kong and Godzilla.
Really? Like the old original ones, or like the Jack Black, the current, the earlier, the
new
recent
ones. Yeah, so I think they started with the recent ones, so now we're kind of going backwards to show them that this isn't new, and they're always shocked when you know things, which is always interesting. Like Mothra.
Yeah.
They're like, how did you know it was Mothra? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I saw this movie 45 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And like, oh, you knew it was Mothra. So anyway, yeah. So, there's like 5 new Godzilla Kong movies.
That's right.
Yeah. They're pretty
Skull
There's something,
Island.
I'll tell you. Yes, all those. So, yeah.
Let me see other
Doing
stories
that.
kind of spinning around the net here this morning. This from the weekend. A guy doing a helicopter report. I think he's I don't know if he's a traffic reporter, but he's in this case a news reporter in L.A. over the weekend, and they were covering one of the protests out there. But the guy, I don't know, for some reason launched into some bizarre rant about his failed marriage.
Oh. While he was doing his report?
Yes, here is Stu Mundell.
Mm-hmm.
Just having a bad day in the helicopter.
You know what? I don't care. I am married. I am legally married. That's about the only way you can really say it. But I am not looking at now at all. I just had a bunch of debacles with my personal life.
Oh boy.
Yes, it's true. I know. It's hard to believe. I got nothing right now. Got nothing. Not really looking. Trying to find myself and be happy. I'm being serious about that. I want to be beholden to no one at this moment. You know, do I get lonely? Of course. But I got cats.
Back to you.
Aww.
Okay, that's all. Back to you now. Okay, Stu, thanks for the update. We'll check sports next here on KNBC.
Can somebody go check on Stu?
Yeah.
He needs to come down.
Yeah, but
I think it's time we landed the helicopter.
yeah, Stu, why don't we? And you know, people were calling the television station wondering, was he drinking? Was he up there? He wasn't, and wondering if he was flying. No, he was not. He doesn't fly the helicopter.
Yeah.
He was just up
there
in the helicopter.
You know, do I get lonely? Of course. But I got cats.
I got cats. I'm good.
Yeah. Poor Stu. Oh man.
Yeah, boy. See, you know, everybody has a bad day once in a while. Just kind of muscle through it there.
You work all the time and you're flying around in that helicopter and you don't come home and you never do a dish. And why don't you put the seat down?
Oh man, I'm going flying.
I gotta work, honey.
I'd rather risk a crash.
Stu, I'm sorry. Everything will get better. It'll be fine.
Anyway, coming up here in a bit, I know you did mention that we will get to some Monday morning science and then a couple of the other internet stories. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Gomez and
Stu works for Fox LA, and I found his page.
Okay, good.
Stu
had a bad, was having a rough go there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
My wife left me. All I got is the cats.
Oh, yeah. That's Jesse Peluso put that up there. Yeah. This is some random.
Having the airport vehicles.
Driving on the north side with an airport vehicle.
Honestly, I want one of those. I'll daily drive it in the summer.
Yeah. They're cool.
It's funny that Stu is a reporter.
He's reporting.
He was reporting.
No, I know. It's just I'm looking at him on his. He's wearing like one of those hoodies that stoners wear that look like they're made out of a blanket. That's his picture on his Facebook page.
That's his look.
Yeah, and on his.
Hey, he's just putting it right out there, man.
Yeah, he is.
Putting it right out there.
And on his Fox LA profile, he's wearing a T-shirt that says LA and a Hawaiian shirt over it. So Stu is styling.
Yep.
Stu lives in a really crappy apartment. No wonder he's bummed.
Well, he was kicked out of his home. The marriage fell apart.
Yeah. Sorry, Stu.
Sorry, Stu. It's all right. Life gets, it's ups and downs.
Yeah.
It's life.
Very good.
Nothing better.
Stu.
I feel like the producer was just like, Stu! And he was like, what?
Like, this is me, man. This is me, man. Stu takes a lot of pictures from the helicopter and posts them on Facebook. He's got a really good one here of I don't know, some guy getting a talking to, like an older gentleman in a Speedo. Some boat thing happened.
Is he the one who commentates on all the high-speed chases?
Maybe.
Is that him?
I mean, he's probably not the only one. There are several.
Well, yeah, there's like the one famous one where I was...
I don't know.
He's Fox Los Angeles? Is that what he is?
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm a massive fan of Stu.
So it's funny. There you go, Stu. Stu's flying around in the helicopter.
According to him, he is the sky snitch.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Poor guy.
Oh, yeah, I found the Speedo guy.
Yeah.
That man's
I
been
know
to
what
some
that
things,
is. Yeah, a little bit. He spends a lot of time outside.
Possible Halloween costume for you this year, Gomez? The man dressed in the
Yeah.
Speedo? You gonna go for it? Or?
Love it.
That is from Stu himself right there.
Stu should sell things now.
Yes, he
Stu's
should.
Hawaiian shirts, Stu's.
Great idea.
Seriously, he can.
Yeah.
You know what? It's like viral. Take advantage.
And even
Yeah.
if only Los Angeles buys it. That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Make a couple of quick bucks there.
Yeah. Yeah, Stu could have like put his face on Takis and throw them from the helicopter in Los Angeles.
Takis are fantastic.
Did you have like another internet type thing here, Lisa? Not
I have
science? Because we do
okay.
science after 8,
Yep.
but if you had another.
Yep. Yeah.
And TK 105.
It is 7:41 here, working our way through a busy Monday morning, and a lot of comments in the stream chat of QSportsTalk.com about poor Stu Mendel,
Yeah.
the news reporter for the Fox affiliate in L.A., who, I don't know, he's going to went on a rant there about his failed marriage.
Mhm.
That was part of his
Yes.
news report from the helicopter. I believe Stu is okay, I think. You know, he's just having a bad moment there in his life, but as he said,
You know, do I get lonely?
Yeah.
Of course. But I got cats.
I got cats. I'm good.
He does.
But
His daughters went to see him on Father's Day because we checked his Facebook page.
Okay, good.
So, it was, so he's
Checking out
not
his
alone.
mental health. Okay, that's good.
Yes, he's okay.
Good.
He'll be fine. Yeah.
Just one of the tales here breaking the internet there. Do you have anything there from the home office, live from the loft?
Oh, yeah. The not so hot pursuit of burglary suspects who tried to get away in an excavator. Gomez.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. A harrowing theft in South Carolina. A couple of thieves said, you know what? The cops are on us. What are we going to do? We can't run. So instead, they jumped into a tractor excavator and reached speeds of 3 miles an hour early Sunday morning in
All right.
North Charleston. Officers saw them rolling down the road, and let's see. The threads of the shovel were in front of the equipment. I think they didn't know how to use it. But they did try, and they went down Highway 78 at 3:30 in the morning, and several police cars surrounded them and took them into custody.
So they didn't get away.
They didn't get away. It was a 53-year-old driver of the excavator was charged with failure to stop for a blue light and 2 counts of malicious injury to real property. Yes. So he didn't get away.
Okay. Let me see your other. This would be kind of also a programming note. Tomorrow, as we mentioned, Ralph Fertel, the shoe repairman, stops by for his weekly visit. But maybe between now and then, we'll dig up a number or two to call Venice.
Yes.
As people are all upset that coming up in a week and a half or so, Jeff Bezos is having his over-the-top wedding there. And people are not happy with that. He's like closing down the Rialto Bridge. You know, everything you could possibly do as a billionaire to like piss off the people he's doing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's removing everyone from Venice, shutting down the Rialto Bridge, and taking up St. Mark's Square for his wedding.
For his wedding. He's like, whatever you could possibly do to make people upset, that's what he's doing in Venice in a couple of weeks. So maybe tomorrow when Ralph's in, we can get him, although his Italian is actually so bad, people in Italy can't understand what Ralph's saying. But nonetheless, that's a project maybe for tomorrow.
Okay.
I will say he's hemorrhaging money, Jeff Bezos.
Okay, good.
He's fallen from second wealthiest to third wealthiest. Larry Ellison passed him by adding $26 billion to his net worth.
Wow.
So Jeff Bezos this could be the downfall, really.
This could be you're saying it's the beginning of the end.
I'm saying, he's only worth $227 billion. That's not
third richest.
That's not good.
That's nothing really to write home about.
He just got divorced.
Yes, he did.
Why is he getting married again?
It's love, Lisa. He's in love with her.
He needs to pump the brakes.
Yes.
He needs to pump the brakes. He and Stu need to have some dude time. Jeff Bezos, please cancel your wedding. You will get divorced and lose even more money. Please stop. You need to go find yourself. Man.
And then this one here, just to drop the needle on it, I like ketchup. I'm a ketchup guy. I put it on things that probably don't need it, but I'm just dropping the needle on this because I don't know that I've heard it officially advertised this way.
People always give me a hard time about putting ketchup on my eggs. I mean, what's the big deal? You so offended? Boom, breakfast ketchup. Oh no, cover your eyes. Stop looking. It's perfect. All right, that might be a little too much. I'm gonna eat it though.
Breakfast ketchup?
Breakfast ketchup.
Oh, it's just ketchup. I mean, I put it on eggs once in a while.
Mm-hmm. But does it have a picture of a sun on it?
Yeah.
A smiling sunshine?
No, they're actually advertising it that way as breakfast ketchup.
I suppose. The bottle is smaller because
and probably
it's
costs
breakfast.
more.
Yeah. It's
smaller
the little
and costs
sun.
more because now it's breakfast ketchup. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Bring me two then.
Yeah. New packaging with a smiling sunshine.
That's right.
on the bottle.
Okay.
For your breakfast. It goes so well with coffee and juice.
Man. They could have found a better guy to do the ad, though.
That guy can go F himself.
Breakfast ketchup.
Breakfast ketchup.
Put it on everything.
Really?
Yes.
Anyway, it is 7:47 here. Next hour, we do have plenty of some Monday morning science from the weekend. Also, Joe Stanley, he's the official legal advisor here on the show. If you have any legal issues that you'd like to Joe to know about, text him in here, and I'll make sure that he sees them. We'll take a break here. We will be right back.
TK99 and
Wait for my new line of lunch barbecue sauce and dinner mustard.
There you go. Dinner mustard.
Dinner mustard.
Breakfast ketchup. The hell?
That sounds like it's out of The Simpsons.
Yeah, it does.
Breakfast ketchup.
This will go pretty much right up to the top of the hour there. So.
So on Friday now on ESPN, they do a different draft each week for like a basketball team. So a couple weeks ago there was the hot sauce or the condiment draft. Last week it was famous cats. Brian's team with Hobbs from Calvin and Hobbs basically ran the league. Because then we put it in the Chat GPT.
Okay.
And Chat GPT comes up with things. So Brian's team with Hobbs ran the league. Paulie and I were not. Paulie drafted an outrageous team. He lost to Brian. Tim Leonard and I, did not have the greatest of teams. But and
what was the category this time?
Famous cats.
Famous cats.
Okay. So like I had Tigger at point guard, Meowth at shooting guard, the Pink Panther at small forward, Tony the Tiger at power forward, and Cat in the Hat at center.
Okay.
That was my team. Cat in the Hat at center was not great.
Well, I think he's lanky.
Yeah, I was going for height. I was hoping nobody could dunk over the hat, right? Because the hat's tall. But ChatGPT,
Good rim protector. Rim protector.
The problem was ChatGPT did not put the hat in. They were just counting him as the cat without the hat.
No, well, it's
stupid.
It's one of the instances where ChatGPT is not correct.
It's true.
It is incorrect.
But Hobbs became Jordan in 4 years. In 3 seasons, he was a 3-time MVP and 4-time world champion. He won 2 world champions in a year, apparently. So.
Okay.
My team was fixed. ChatGPT decided my team was just terrible, so it fixed it by adding Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty then bought 30% ownership in my team, sold that off to investors, and with the money that was brought in, I was able to then go and win the 4th year.
Nice.
So thank you, ChatGPT. Yeah, it creates like scenarios. It created jerseys.
Well, that's cool.
It's kind of awesome, honestly. But yeah. I'm just the condiments draft, Paulie had, I think he had some sort of mustard. I don't remember. If anybody in the chat maybe remembers. And because he drafted that kind of mustard, his team was like the best. So that's what got me thinking of.
Was it a mustard?
I think it was a mustard. It was some form of mustard or. So now I'm thinking we should redo the condiment draft, but include breakfast ketchup. Breakfast ketchup. I don't want just ketchup. I want breakfast ketchup. Breakfast ketchup. Ah. So was your invite to Bezos' wedding lost in the mail? Or?
Well, I didn't get it yet today.
Okay.
Because it's still 2 weeks out.
Oh, all right.
I think it's June 26th. It's next, about 10. Maybe next weekend, not this coming weekend. I think it's the following weekend.
And then I'm guessing it's like a 2-day long, 3-day long ceremony, probably.
Might be. I'll give him $100.
He needs it.
Card.
I mean, he's third now, so give him $100.
$100 in a card.
Well, what do you buy Jeff Bezos for as a wedding gift? You know what I mean?
Where are they like registered?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're registered at Target. Oh really? That's for the Bezos?
That's for the Bezos guy.
Okay.
Well, I mean, maybe Jeff needs a new blender.
We got a wedding invite recently. They are registered at Amazon.
Oh, there you go. That was the wedding I went to in California. Amazon.
Amazon.
Yep. Yep.
There's probably 6 minutes from right now, so if you have to like render something or upload something or.
I'll just go download stuff. Let it load while we're.
Yep, let it load while we're.
Oh. Wait, are we muted?
Classic rock.
1 minute, and we'll do some science.
Okey-dokey.
Classic Rock, TK99 and TK105, Def Leppard. There's Gomez and Company here. Welcome. It's 8:03, and thanks for spending some quality time here Monday morning as we get set and get started in a busy week. It's the final week of spring, right? Summer officially hitting the ground, I think, on Friday, the 20th this year.
Yeah, overnight, yeah. Yeah,
So
when you
we
wake
got
up
that
on the
for us.
21st. Yeah.
It is 64 degrees right now. We'll be close to 80 today. Pretty typical weather here for this time of the year. Text line is 605-8874. You can also join us here in the stream chat of qsportstalk.com if you'd like. Next hour, we'll check in with, or later this hour, rather, Joe Stanley. If you have any legal issues that you'd like Joe to take a look at and get a ruling on, by all means, text it along to us here at 605-8874, and I'll make sure that that Joe sees the question. Aside from that, I guess this would be like a delayed shot and shout out to Roger Daltrey.
Okay.
This past weekend was knighted.
Oh.
Is now Sir Roger Daltrey as
Very
part
nice.
of the King's birthday honors. Others, including David Beckham, Steve Winwood, Gary Oldman, and Glenn Goldman, who, again, the name might not roll off the tongue, but he was the lead singer of the band 10cc.
All right.
But yeah, from now on, it's officially Sir Roger Daltrey. So congratulations to him.
That was probably really fun for Prince Charles
Yes.
to have Roger Daltrey in there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Aside from that, and I think, isn't Steve Winwood on tour in like coming around here? Does that sound right?
I think so. Yeah. I'll
shows to keep
find
track
out.
of. I know
Yeah.
over the weekend.
Yeah.
And weather-wise, obviously, this has not been an issue for us, but around the country, it's been like in the triple digits, like out west. They're setting record highs. And they had rain on the weekend. I know in one town in West Virginia, they had 4 inches of rain in a half an hour, which is an ungodly amount of rain. And they had horrible flooding, et cetera. But it also rained out the Bonnaroo Music Festival this past weekend.
Yeah, in Tennessee.
Yeah, so they got in Manchester, Tennessee, they got washed out. They got part of it in, but then it was like too much. But nonetheless, the summer weather with summer coming up here on Friday. A couple of notes before we officially get into science. This just struck me while looking up some summer science-y type things. But the 1956 Summer Olympic Games were held in Melbourne, Australia, and in Stockholm, Sweden.
Interesting.
The games.
And
because
why?
the equestrian events, Australia had a quarantine regulation. There was an issue going on. So the equestrian events were held in Stockholm, Sweden, and the rest of the summer games were held in Melbourne, Australia.
All right.
Look at all
I
we
get
learned
it.
here today.
Yeah.
But
That happens sometimes. They have to split up the events for various reasons.
Sure.
So,
But nonetheless, that's just the start of some science here. Science. What do you have there from the Lofted Home Office?
Oh, a couple of things for you. Don't let this scare you, but a very large shark has been found in North Carolina. Well, in the Outer Banks, right, in the off the coast in the Atlantic Ocean. The contender for the largest shark ever seen, 14 feet long.
That doesn't seem that big.
It doesn't. He's a male great white shark. He's 14 feet long, estimated to weigh over 1,600 pounds. And a global nonprofit that researches sharks, whales, sea turtles, and other marine life says that he's a massive great white shark. And he could be one of the largest sharks, ever tagged. I saw it.
That's a little different. Ever tagged as opposed to ever seen. So that I can agree with. I mean, it's probably the biggest one ever tagged, but I got to believe they've seen bigger ones than 14 feet.
And they say he's 32 years old, and he's a contender. Other great whites will migrate in the spring, and they say he's migrating, and he's just kind of out of the.
Okay.
He's like, I don't know, spending too much time eating. He got separated from everybody, but they say he's 32 years old. And off the coast of North Carolina. So,
all right.
Yeah, big. I saw this story yesterday, and I walked out 14 feet.
Yeah.
14 feet's actually really big.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, pretty big.
I mean, the one in Jaws was 25 feet long.
It's a big shark.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
For sure. Crazy.
Yeah.
And then from the ocean to space, a private lunar lander from Japan crashed while attempting to touch down on Friday. So they lost contact with it just as it was landing, and it like collapsed and rolled, and it was a big failure.
Whose
They're
was it?
bummed. It was a private lunar lander from Japan, Tokyo-based company. Yeah, iSpace declared the mission a failure several hours after communication was lost with the lander. Yep, more space junk on the moon.
Okay, leave it up there.
Yeah.
Elsewhere is in the science again as we head towards the warmer summer months, and again locally here it'll be in the mid 80s Wednesday and Thursday, but out west it's already been in the triple digits for quite some time. And this is the time of the year when you hear the horrible stories about kids that were left in cars or pets that were left in cars or whatever. Kids at LSU have invented. And, this is brilliant. And again, why didn't somebody have this already before with apps, etc.?
Sure.
But it's a new car seat tech item. Basically, most deaths happen because people forget that they had their kid with them. Like maybe it's somebody that's not normally picking up the kid from daycare and just off they go. They get out of the car and go to work or go to the store or whatever. It's tragic when that happens. All this is on the car seat. It links to your phone and sets off an alarm if you get too far away from your car, and if your kid is still in the car.
Yeah,
I guess you just have to turn it on, I suppose. Or if you have a parent, maybe it's on all the time. But so if you start walking away, an alarm goes off, and you go, "Oh, that's right, I got a family, and a couple of them are in the back seat right now." That's good science.
That's excellent science.
I'll give it to those kids. The kids are the ones that came up with it and invented it, so hopefully they are credited with the patent, right?
Sure, yes.
This out of the University of North Dakota, a correlation between finger length ratios and athletic performance.
Okay.
In the American Journal of Human Biology, analyzing data from 5,000 participants in 12 countries around the world, basically they discovered that individuals with lower, they call it 2D, 4D ratios, indicating shorter ring fingers relative to index fingers showed better exercise tolerance and performance in endurance activities.
All right.
Where the opposite, see, I have a longer ring finger than an index finger, but that's not always the case. Some people, it's the opposite, in which case those people are better at this events and sports that require short bursts of speed and power, like football versus a distance runner, that kind of thing.
Interesting.
So that's
so you're built for distance, not for speed. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Got it. Yeah.
How are you? What's yours, Lisa? With the index?
My ring finger is shorter than my middle finger.
See, okay, then you are set up more for power sports.
Power sports?
Yes, short bursts of like football, hockey, things like that.
Sure.
What do you got
if
there,
you
Velcro?
say so.
Looks like I'm going head hunting. I am built for football.
Good. Built for
Are
football.
you?
Yep. Helmet to helmet all day.
That's it. There you have it. So now that everybody who's listening is looking at their hands, I apologize.
Yeah.
Here's what I've learned. I can't be a hand model.
No.
That's what I learned looking at my hands.
I know that cannot be a feet model. Mine are just and I don't know why. I thought I had like stepped on a bee or something like that. So it's hard to look on the bottom of your own feet. You get to a certain age and it just gets harder and harder. So I just I took a picture of the butt, and that's the first time I probably had looked at the bottom of my feet. They're disgusting.
They're disgusting.
There's like calluses here and there, and miscolored. It's like,
go get a pedicure.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good.
They'll fix you right up.
Yeah.
They put some good stuff on there. Rub it with a stone.
This in science, pumice stone. Just scrub it down.
Sure.
This from Science. And again, fortunately, it's more of a regional, geographic thing. We don't have to deal with cicadas the way other parts of the country do.
Yes.
Mainly the Midwest, they kind of get the brunt of it. That's where, when they have those years where they're all coming out of the ground at the same time. This is a news report from I'm not sure what part of the country. I want to say, based on the colors, it might be like Nolans.
Okay.
But here I will give you the news report. It's part one of a cicada update.
Really interesting story here. A car crash caused by a cicada. One of those pesky bugs flew in through a window that startled the driver. The driver tried to get the bug out when he lost control of his car and veered off the right side of the road, and then he hit a pole. Police are saying it's probably a good idea to drive with the windows up for now. Fortunately, this brood of cicadas should be gone by the end of the month.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
right. Just the way he said that. And he ran into a pole.
Yeah.
But
Darn bugs. They're big, and loud.
Part two of that comes from Ohio. And again, it's a part of the country that deals with cicadas more often than we do here in central New York. But the Kings Island Amusement Park in Ohio are dealing with so many cicadas. People are being warned when riding their roller coasters to please keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
People are getting mouthfuls of cicadas while riding the roller coaster.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was in my mouth.
Yes.
God. That is disgusting.
So if you're doing some travel this summer and planning on going to Ohio to visit the wonderful Kings Island Amusement Park, keep that in mind, at least for another month while the cicadas are still active. If you ride the roller coaster, please keep your mouth closed.
Yeah. That's probably really good advice for, like, in general for roller coasters. Try to keep your mouth closed. Ugh.
Last but not least, and this is not really any new science, but science related, in that the guy who invented Learjets, and a lot of people know this part of it anyway, William Lear, that's his name, Bill Lear, he invented Learjets, is the same guy who also invented 8-track tapes.
Oh.
But I think the coolest part of all this is, more importantly, one of his daughters is named Shanda. Chandelier. That's her name.
He's a funny guy.
Chandelier.
He's funny. 8 tracks, planes, and he has a sense of humor.
It's 8:16. We'll be right back here.
Chandelier.
Chandelier. That's her name.
Do we have a chandelier in the class? Present.
Yeah.
Chandelier.
You have not so tapped the potential of Feet Finder.
Feet Finder.
Yeah. In your life, it's basically the OnlyFans, but for feet.
What's it called? What does it do?
Feet Finder. You just post pictures, and people will pay for pictures of your feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What does your friend say, Lisa? There's a saddle for every ass.
Yeah. Seat for every ass. Yeah.
Yep. Feet Finder.
I like man feet. I want to see some man feet.
Man.
I'd rather, I think, get a mouthful of cicadas than ever anything with feet.
Anything with feet.
I don't care what it is. Anything.
Any feet, man feet.
There you go. Popular categories: high heels, soles, socks, male, dirty feet.
Yuck.
Pedicure's on the list, so there you go. You could go get a pedicure. You could do male feet and then pedicure feet, Gomez. You could do a before and after.
The whole thing.
You reach into two categories.
Isn't that what a Cowardly Lion? Didn't he get a pedicure in the Wizard of Oz?
You got everything. You got a haircut, mani, pedi.
Like a grinder on his toenails, I think.
Chainsaw.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
You want to try to locate a business in Venice.
Okay.
It's open when Ralph's in.
Okay.
Call and see what they think of Jeff Bezos and his.
Oh my God. Yeah. Something on St. Mark's Square.
If they curse in Italian, is it really cursing?
Nope.
Mm,
Passion. It's different.
That's what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah.
Different. They won't. Steve Winwood coming to the event center at Turning Stone in September.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Sir Steve Winwood.
That's right, Sir Steve Winwood.
How do we get to go do that stage announcement? Sir Steve Winwood.
What can we all? So I know like Gomez and I can't be sirs.
No.
Because we weren't born there. But like, what would Gomez be able to achieve?
I'm a professional photographer.
Oh, that's true. Well, you're also part of the family, actually.
That's right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
That's like Lisa.
Yeah.
What would you be? Could you be a lady?
You can be a lady. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
You can be duchess. You can be lady. You can be duchess. You just can't be queen. You can even be princess, I think.
Well, I know like sir is reserved for I think people who were born there. So that's why I'm wondering if
Let's see.
lady is reserved for. Like
No.
Okay.
No. You don't have to be
It's
born
like
there.
David Beckham, Sir David's. It's gonna be lady, whatever, lady. Posh. Spice.
Well, whatever the king says, right?
That's true.
I mean, if the king says she is now, he's not lord and lady, he's sir and I don't know.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be born there because people marry outside of the country,
Yeah.
So I don't, I know Prince Harry is like, we don't want to be part of the royals anymore, but Prince Harry and
Markle.
What's Markle? What do they call Markle? Is she lady something?
I call her Meghan.
Meghan.
Yeah.
Meghan Markle.
I will say, I think Gomez, you could fill the Prince Harry role. I mean, you're part of the family. You could just call him up and be like, hey, if you need second prince, I'll come over. I'll do it.
Let's see. Meghan Markle is a princess, but her official title is not princess.
Oh, okay.
Is it Baroness? I'm looking at Larry here.
Oh, does it say Baroness? Catherine Kate Middleton was Duchess of Cambridge.
Okay.
Is that what he's saying, that she's a baroness?
What's a baroness? That just sounds boring.
I leave all things British to Larry. I will defer to him.
Yes. Oh, what did he say? I'm sorry, Larry.
Baroness.
She's a baroness. I think that's like the lowest of the. It's like maybe Lord and Baron. Larry, what's the hierarchy?
She's the peasant of the royal family. Is that what she is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Larry, what's the? Is it like Lord, Baron, Marquess? How does that go? I have to look it up.
Syracuse's classic rock.
It is 8:21. Tying up a couple of loose ends here, Lisa, before we send you loose on the day. Among them, and I forgot how we even started talking about the British Royals and what people are called over there. What was the...
Because Steve Winwood was knighted, and he is now Sir Steve Winwood, who is also playing at the Event Center at Turning Stone on September 27th, by the way.
Yep, and he is joined in that group, by the way. Roger Daltrey from The Who is now knighted. So Sir Roger Daltrey and Sir Steve Winwood.
Yes.
So that's how we went down that rabbit hole of like what to call all the people in the royal family.
Yeah. We know, are they Duchess, Lord, Lady, Prince, whatever. We don't know. We're still figuring it out.
Okay.
But we think Meghan Markle is a baroness.
All right. Larry watches almost every day here from the UK. So anything having to do with Great Britain, I defer to his knowledge and expertise because, well, he lives there.
Yes. But he says, I don't know. I'm just looking at history. I don't know. However, Meghan Markle is technically a princess, but you can't call her a princess. And there's no way she could ever inherit the throne. She'll never be the queen.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah. Aside from that, a couple of other leftover breaking the internet. This from New York City. A 19-year-old dude there arrested early Saturday morning after he broke into a jail in order to take a selfie, then locked himself into one of the cells. He had to call 911 because it's part of an abandoned part of the jail. He thought he was being cute. Nobody knew he was there, so he's locked himself in his own jail cell. Had to call the police, who then opened up the door and arrested him on trespassing charges.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's it. So he's right back in the real jail now.
Oh, boy.
That's what he told
And
people.
why?
Here's his quote. I was there to take some selfies for social media purposes. There you go.
Saying whatever.
And again, it's something it's a thing. The Pentagon Pizza Report.
The Pentagon Pizza Report?
Yeah. It has to do with like when pizzas are ordered around the Pentagon, often predicts things that are happening around the world. In this case, prior to Israel's secret plan to attack Iran over the weekend, the surge in pizza deliveries around the Pentagon hinted at the impending military action because they're hunkering down.
Yeah.
But among the other things,
they're going to have to watch that. Really,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a security risk.
Yeah, it's a Twitter account. You know, it's not like it's a secret. It's the Pentagon Pizza Report. So people start tweeting out, "Hey, they're getting a lot of pizza at the Pentagon. Something's up."
So if I'm the head of the Pentagon, I should know about this and maybe put a pizza kitchen in the Pentagon.
Make your own stinking pizza pies.
So nobody knows what you're doing out there. Is catering that bad at the Pentagon?
Maybe. I don't know.
Wow.
Additionally, part of the Pentagon Pizza Report also notes that a nearby gay bar experiences unusually low foot traffic, suggesting heightened activity at the Pentagon. So there are a couple of markers around the Pentagon in that part of Washington, D.C. that hint at impending action.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
Similar spikes in pizza deliveries occurred before the invasion of Panama in 1989. Operation Desert Storm, things along those lines. When they start ordering pizza to Pentagon, hunker down.
Yeah. Wow. How did they get in there? Where did they drop? You know what I mean? I have a lot of questions now.
No idea.
The food at the Pentagon has been so bad for 40 years.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
It's the Pentagon Pizza Report. Also from text here at 605-8874. We mentioned it tomorrow. Ralph Rotella, the shoe repairman, will be along for his weekly visit. We were wondering about businesses that would be open and that we'd maybe be able to call tomorrow in Venice, Italy, as people in Venice are very upset that Jeff Bezos is having his high-powered third richest guy in the world wedding there in 10 days and is planning on like taking over the Rialto Bridge and some of the most famous landmarks in Venice in order to have his party there. But somebody noting in text, and I was looking it up from like Casino Royale, that scene with James Bond and Vesper, that was at a hotel right on St. Mark's Square. I don't know the name of it, but something like that. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah,
if
definitely.
There's something that's open that we could dig up the number for and get him on the phone with Ralph here tomorrow so he can butcher his own native language and try to speak Italian to somebody in Venice and to get some info on this.
I bet you there's a lovely, very fancy pizzeria on St. Mark's Square. I mean, people have to eat. Wouldn't surprise me a bit if there's a nice little cafe right there on the square.
Or McDonald's. Or someplace like that. I don't doubt it. But anyway, thank you for that heads up there. Lisa, what's on tap for you today?
Oh, boy. Always continuing to investigate more science. And, I'm investigating robots. So tomorrow, I'll have a nice little story for you all about robots and how you can buy them.
Excellent.
And make them now in the 2025. Robots are coming your way.
Excellent. Well, have a fantastic day. We'll see you back here bright and early again tomorrow morning.
All right. So long for now.
So long for now. It is 8:28. Joe Stanley on deck. If you have legal issues, let us know. Here's ZZ Top on Classic Rock, TK99 and TK105. Yeah. Alrighty. See you tomorrow.
Alrighty.
Have a great day.
Bye, kids. See you tomorrow. Bye.
I should get the Pope to do Jeff Bezos' wedding.
Yeah, get the Pope. I mean,
I don't know if he's Catholic, but.
black tie.
Where? Give me some shops. Pigeons.
Yeah.
There you go. You're gonna pigeon on the phone. I was just gonna affect your.
Larry, where's your what's your appointment tomorrow? Just regular, like a doctor's appointment?
Moros, eye training McCarthy, Gelato Fantasy. You have a friend who's based in Vincenzo.
Oh yeah?
For the army. I wonder if he knows anybody.
Yeah, there might be maybe there's a Dunkin' in St. Mark's Square.
Maybe there's an Olive Garden.
There's all the restaurants at St. Mark's Square.
I found a pizza restaurant, but they have not been active on Instagram in 2 years.
This one's open. Risto Pub Rossini.
Spell that, please.
It's hang on, let me scroll it. Risto, R-I-S-T-O Pub, Risto Pub Rossini, R-O-S-S-I-N-I.
Found it. They are active.
They are active. It says they're open until 3.
They posted 30 minutes ago. They're gonna have
All
live
right.
music tonight.
There's our place. The best burger in Venice, it says. Classic Rock, TK99 and TK105 ZZ Top there. It's Gomez and Company. It's 8:32 and cloudy, 64 out there, headed to the upper 70s for a high today. Text line here is 605-8874. Among them, questions regarding the Syracuse Nationals. If I can get to it here, they're looking for that site, the website we were talking about earlier. Pretty simple. Go to SyracuseNationals.com. All the information's on there that you need for the Napa Auto Parts Syracuse Nationals coming July 18th, 19th, and 20th at the New York State Fairgrounds. Is presented this year by McGuire Family of Dealerships and by Sweetgrass, the largest car show in the Northeast. This year, over 7,000 vehicles and 250 vendors. I know over the weekend, especially on Father's Day, there were a lot of Father's Day pancake breakfasts. I went to the one in Marcellus at the airport. They have a big one in Skinny Atlas, the Rotary Club. Other places around central New York, you're starting to see the cars coming out of the garages for the year now that the weather's finally turning, and it's fun to see them. And that's the whole point of it. That's the fun of the Syracuse Nationals. And by the way, if you have one of these cars, I saw 2 potential candidates just yesterday. But if you have a car that you'd like to register and have a spot at the Syracuse Nationals, you can do it right there on the same website, syracusenationals.com. And by that point in the summer, and here it is now June 16th, so July 18th, we're a little over a month away. Kids will be looking for something to do because they get bored. Well, we'll take care of you there because kids 12 and under get in free. Again, get all the details online at syracusenationals.com.
Gomez, TK99 and TK105, Syracuse's classic rock.
Shopping pre-owned Subarus? Shop Romano Subaru for an extraordinary selection of pristine pre-owned Subaru Outbacks, Foresters, Imprezas, Crosstreks, and more. We've got varying years, miles, and equipment. Here's just 2 examples of many. Get a 2023 Subaru Crosstrek Premium with miles in the 40s for just $24,900. Or get a 2022 Subaru Forester Premium with miles in the 30s, just $27,900. Both are loaded with all-wheel drive, power moonroof, and CNY's favorite cold weather package of heated seats, mirrors, and wipers. Plus, you get Subaru eyesight technology and Subaru certification. That means your Subaru must pass a rigorous 152-point inspection and comes with a Carfax Vehicle History Report, a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain service plan with 0 deductible and 24-hour roadside assistance. So Syracuse, come get a pre-owned Subaru Crosstrek, just $24,900, or a Subaru Forester, just $27,900. Subaru certified. Romano Subaru, Hiawatha Boulevard West in Syracuse. Shop 24/7 at romanosubaru.com.
Z-Bart Auto Detailing Services on sale now. Your car, like new, inside and out with Z-Bart Detailing. Interior detailing, exterior detailing, motor cleaning, and ceramic paint coatings on sale at Z-Bart. Plus, Z-Bart is your window tint headquarters. Tint your glass at Z-Bart, South Bay Road, Cicero, and the Z-Bart Superstore, 980 Hiawatha Boulevard West. Visit zbart.com.
Coming to the Vine Showroom, double platinum rock legends, Jack.
Sound through.
With chainsaw solos and 3 decades of iconic music under their belt, these Southern rock renegades are still raising hell on every stage. Only at Del Lago, off exit 41 on the New York State Thruway. Tickets on sale now at DelLagoResort.com. Must be 21 or older to purchase tickets at event events at the Vine.
Are you ready to shop Central New York's newly fully licensed dispensary? For a one-of-a-kind shopping experience, head to Flintstone, now open at 3711 Brewerton Road in North Syracuse. We've got over 1,200 premium, high-quality products to choose from, carefully selected from over 120 top brands. Flintstone has what you're looking for. Our knowledgeable staff can help you explore our huge selection from brands you know and trust. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just beginning your journey, Flintstone's got something for everyone. You'll be blown away by our selection. You deserve the best, and it's right here. Be in like Flynn at Flintstone, North Syracuse's newest fully licensed dispensary. Now open at 3711 Brewerton Road and flintstone.com. For use only by adults 21 years of age and older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. In case of accidental ingestion or overconsumption, contact the Poison Control Hotline, 1-800-222-1222, or call 911. Please consume responsibly.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Zach from Charles Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electrical.
We're the nice guys.
Get a jump start on hot summer days. Cool down with the Charles Heating and Air Conditioning Central Air Unit. Right now, take advantage of the Hot Summer is Coming AC Blowout Sale. Charles Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electrical. Call now to set up your free estimate. Call 457-6911 or visit charlesheatingandair.com.
We're the nice guys.
Syracuse needs serious leadership, but Sharon Owens and the Walsh administration tried to raise your property taxes for the 3rd time. They tried to balance their broken budget on your back, but Pat Hogan stood his ground and said no. He led the Common Council to vote unanimously against the hike. And the Owens-Walsh team, they backed down. We can't afford 4 more years of this.
I'm Pat Hogan. I'll never stop fighting for Syracuse taxpayers. I always have, and I always will.
Paid for by friends of Pat Hogan.
I feel awful. Our son needs his first car, but we can't co-sign. Our credit's shot.
Stop right there, guys. I'm Ryan Phelps, and at my 3 dealerships, we currently have 4 different first-time buyer programs to get your son or daughter approved.
Don't start adult life on the wrong foot with a cheap clunker. Ryan Phelps Auto gets you approved on quality, reliable vehicles with no cosigner, even with 0 credit. Visit RyanPhelps.com to see why everyone's buying from Ryan.
Come see why it's gotta be Nye. Hello, Central New York. Dan Schertz here from the Nye Automotive Group with an important message to all the listeners out there. The rain has finally stopped, so I'm inviting everyone to come out and see our beautiful facilities in Oneida and Rome. With all the vehicle makes and models in one convenient location, it makes shopping easy and affordable. We have Ford, Toyota, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Volkswagen, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. I mean, we pretty much have it all to fit just about anyone's budget. New and pre-owned, we've got you covered. Look, other dealers can put crazy low payments in their ads and bury all the fine print that most buyers don't qualify. You see a low payment, and then you get to the dealer and they say, oh, well, you don't qualify for that, but we can give you this instead. Don't fall for all the bait. Just come to a dealer you can trust, and before you come out, check us out online at NyeAuto.com. We have an amazing internet team that will answer all your questions and assist you before you take the short drive out. Kelsey, Michaela, and Riley are here for you. Just hit up our website, reach out for an appointment, and you will have the VIP treatment you deserve when shopping for a car. Don't cry after you buy. Just come see why it's got to be Nye before you buy at NyeAuto.com. That's NYEAUTO.com.
Gomez and Company on TK99 and TK105, Syracuse's classic rock.
It is 8:39 as we welcome in Joe Stanley, the official legal correspondent here on the show. Joe, how are you? Highlight of your weekend. Happy belated Father's Day for you.
Yeah, it was nice Father's Day. It was nice. I don't think it rained, at least.
Barely.
Barely.
You know, I know technically it rained after midnight on Friday, so there's another weekend of recorded precipitation for us here. I think we're into
we'll just take cloudy.
33 weeks for the weekends, but that's right. We'll take it, right? I mean, it's going to be in the 80s this week. Okay, so we got that going for us. That's okay. It's all good.
It better get here because it'll be pretty soon going back the other way.
Well, you know, and there will be somebody invariably who will start talking about that. Well, you know, starting Friday, the days get shorter. It's like, well, come on. It's the first day of summer.
Yeah.
Let us enjoy that,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Anyway, Joe, what do you got there? I know you have some notes and a couple of riff from the headlines here.
You know what? That's a question I don't think most people know is that if you have your copyright, you're claiming you can use somebody's information and material. Can you claim you got those rights verbally? Now, I know people, you know, you'll go online and you'll get, you know, use pictures or, you know, a lot of things are copyrighted. I think a lot of people don't know they're supposed to get permission.
Yes.
But can you think you can get somebody tells you over the phone, oh, yeah, you can use it, that's okay, or they tell you in person?
Sure.
No, the answer to that is no.
Really?
And the reason for that is you just imagine if everybody could say that somebody gave them the rights verbally,
okay.
There'd never be any certainty. And in fact, it arose out of a case. 2 ski centers were suing each other in Nevada, and the one said, "Oh no, we didn't take your copyright. You sold that to me verbally 6 months ago." And of course, that
didn't hold up.
Yeah, and if everybody, how's to prevent everything would be litigated because you know the defense in every case where somebody used a copyright, somebody's going to say,
well, you told me I could use it.
They told me I could do it. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
So how often is that?
You know what? Copyrights for businesses come in play more than you'd think. Like this was 2 small ski centers in Nevada. They were just using
some advertising, whatever that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they just make them stop?
Yes. Well, they won. The people saying that they were infringing, there was no defense because even though they may have said it verbally, it's not enforceable. Which is true, by the way, by land contracts. Like you can't, by law, you can't sell property, real property, by an oral agreement. It has to be in writing. So, you know, there are some agreements that have to be documented.
Like old school, I say old school. Say there's like farmland in 100 years ago. Somebody did a transaction that way, and then all of a sudden now it's 2025 and somebody contests that and say, well, that's how they did it then. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, the problem is you have, there's other doctrines that if you have used the property and owned it, that for so long, continuous and uninterrupted for so long, you own it just by using it for so long that no one challenged it. But the property records, recorded property records and sales have been around a long time. And there's a reason they go back to Roman times, so people didn't, beat each other over with heads fighting over who owns the property. There was recorded because the big deal. Property ownership has always been a big deal, and that's what governments were set up for originally: collect taxes and to make sure who owned what.
Gotcha.
So there weren't constant fighting.
So there's written contracts that go back a lot farther than you think.
Yeah, and I think that because property has been very valuable. And by the way, one more thing: do you use Reddit?
Sure. I mean, I'll go on it and see. Sometimes for show preparation, there will be a link that leads there, so I'll go on it and see what it says. I don't have the app, but I know what it is and I use it.
Did you know they had to sue an AI company because the AI company was using the answers, the Reddit customers' answers to train the AI chatbot? So for what reason, I don't know, but it was.
Wow.
And that's kind of becomes, so now when you get an answer from ChatGPT or Gemini or whoever, it'll come from Reddit. No,
it might.
It might know, but the answer is who owns it and what is it's really becomes problematic if Reddit is so concerned that this information is being taken. So where does it end?
Yeah.
And how do we even know? How do they even know it's happening? And the law is really, I think, going to have a very hard time. I think it's had a hard time with the internet. And that was 40 years ago, trying to figure out what the law is. And now the AI issue is going so fast and it's taking over a lot of areas. And I think that it's going to be problematic for a while.
It's Joe Stanley from the Stanley Law Offices. They'll work hard to get you the maximum award. Joe, we'll see you next Monday.
You get a shiver in the dark, it's raining in the park, but meantime, sound of the river, you stop and you hold everything. Band is blowing Dixie, double fall time. You feel alright when you hear the music ring. Well, now you step inside, but you don't see too many faces. Coming in out of the rain, they hear the jazz go down. Competition in other places, but the horns, they blowing that sound. Way on down south, way on down south, London town. Check out Guitar George, he knows all the chords. But it's strictly rhythm, he doesn't want to make it cry or sing. If then an old guitar is all he can afford, when he gets up under the lights to play his thing. Harry doesn't mind if he doesn't make the scene. He's got a daytime job, he's doing alright. He can play the honky-tonk like anything, saving it up Friday night with the Sultans. With the Sultans of Swing. And a crowd of young boys, they're fooling around in the corner, drunk and dressed in their best brown baggies in their platform soles. They don't give a damn about any trumpet playing rock and roll. And the Sultans, yeah, the Sultans that play Creole. Creole.
Liverpool is owned by the Fenway Sports Group, who own the Red Sox.
Aha.
They dump Devers' contract later in the week.
Aha.
For all, it's just, people out there who enjoy a nice tinfoil hat. Go ahead and run with that conspiracy.
All right. Where will you be appearing today, Paul?
At the finest establishment with breakfast catch-up.
Nice.
And at the other job.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Nothing down the hall on ESPN? I know it's,
No.
Once you get into the summer, things start to
Only Fridays.
change a little bit.
Yeah, I only do it on Fridays. No Orange Nation this week. They are off.
Ah, okay.
So it's just Brian. I think Cody and then Brian. So.
All right, then. Well, everybody have a great day tomorrow. We already found a phone number of a restaurant that is open and answered the phone in Venice. So we'll have Ralph give it a call tomorrow and help
And you
us out.
called him beautiful.
Yep, I said ciao bella. And that's really, other than spaghetti. That's really the only Italian I know. But so have a great day, everybody. See you back here tomorrow morning, and so long for now. Bye.